Okay, so a bit of an error. When we recorded this, we had an issue with uh, the computer actually running out of space, which is weird when I think about it. I mean, first off, I'm just like, why? Why is that a thing? Why did that happen? But it is what it is. So for the first few minutes, I'm not sure exactly how long, but whenever we get to the scene I'm thinking of, that where we actually pick the reaction back up, I'm gonna cut it back in right there. So yeah, just know that nothing nothing really like big was said. Yeah, this was one of Quinn's last videos that they recorded before their surgery. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this up on screen, and I guess here we go. This is Lucifer, season 3, episode 4. What would Lucifer do? Here we go.
What's your deepest, darkest fantasy?
To have sex in the ball pit at a Chuck E. Cheese.
Damn.
Not what I was expecting.
I mean, the thought of getting caught, it just turns me on. Ooh, let's practice.
Why not?
Balls in your court, Lucifer.
Lexi, darling.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. No. He's not supposed to be back until tomorrow.
I handle this.
Oh, lordy.
What the hell?
Rest easy. I'm not a thief. Your valuables are untouched. Unless, of course, you consider your wife a valuable. In that case, I've touched her several times. Twice this morning.
Yeah.
Messing with the wrong guy.
Ah, violence. Now we're getting somewhere interesting. Come on, let it flow. Tell me. Is kicking my ass what you truly desire?
I want a friggin' nap. Look, I know I'm a cliche. I married the yoga instructor. But you wouldn't believe the body on that girl.
Oh,
Wouldn't
trust me,
I?
he knows.
Right. In all honesty, I just want to chill with my ex, Marcia. She engaged my mind.
Well, truth be told, I've been experiencing an identity conundrum myself.
Are you saying I should call my ex?
Absolutely. And I can help you.
How?
By graciously keeping your new bride sexually satisfied while you reconnect with your old wife. Deal?
Deal.
But don't forget, now I've done you a favor, you owe me one.
Of course.
I better get on with my end of the bargain. Lexi, darling, the devil's back.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Lieutenant, you busy?
Depends what you're gonna ask me next.
I'd like to be put up for the open union rep position.
Request denied.
Damn.
Can I ask why?
Cold.
See, one of the few benefits of having the L and the T in front of my name is I don't have to explain myself. Detective! New body just dropped. Since you're here, you might as well take it.
What was that about? You could tell just by watching? Oh my god, yeah. He is so into you. You're joking.
No. Scorching
Yeah.
Fire 5 alarm.
Scorching Fire 5.
All I'm gonna say, I
Ella.
heard he caught a body. I'll grab my kid.
Again, I'm not one to doubt Ella's intuition. She's been right so many times previously, but damn.
Where have you been?
Saving a marriage?
Listen, I've been waiting
I
here to
find that
tell you
hard
that
to
I
believe.
finally figured out what
If
my
I were him, I would be like, I find that hard to believe, but I'll take your word for it.
task is from Father to get my powers back.
Oh, well, this should be the opposite of interesting.
It's you, brother. You are my task. Maybe that means I'm supposed to learn from you.
Well, if you really need to understand me, brother, then you must first walk a mile in my Italian loafers. First off, a makeover. Clothes, shoes. Here's an idea. Try smiling. Right, we can work on that. Through there
Smirk.
in my closet,
Work
I
with a
grant
smirk
you
and then work
entree
up to
to
the
all
smile.
things. Just whenever you're faced with a choice,
What would Lucifer do? Yeah. Ah, yes. You will see the original episode kick in. Mine and Quinn's reaction kick in really at any time during this scene here.
Meet Emily Goddard, 23, counselor here, Body was found in the trough.
Firehawk Ranch Transformational Center.
Yeah, it's a high-end reform program for juvenile drug offenders and addicts.
Oh, really?
You have a murder weapon?
Nothing yet. I say we're looking for either a knife or a tool with a 4 to 5 inch serrated blade.
So this so-called reform program claims to transform bad kids into good ones.
Only reform program I ever knew was my abuelita's boot. It was pretty effective.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, for that to happen, we ran out of space on
Luckily,
the.
it had like a sound notification when that happened. so
Yeah,
we
because if
know.
all of a sudden, like at the end, I looked over, I was like, "Why?"
Yeah, so there was no cut. That's kind of good. But,
Yeah, good
I'm
on it.
impressed that you had that much stuff on your computer. Congratulations.
I mean, well, it's 2 terabytes, but it's all like videos. I deleted like 6 months worth of videos right there, and just like that, I freed up half a terabyte. So,
It's crazy.
damn. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this.
Pretty effective.
I'm sure.
Oh, there's the guy in charge.
Hi, Detective Chloe Decker, and he is...
Very skeptical.
Jerry Blackgrove, founder of Firehawk Ranch. Someone must have snuck into the property and done this.
Well, we're surrounded by ne'er-do-wells, and he thinks the culprit came from the outside. Delusional. Killer's obviously here. Probably him. Shifty eyes. Oh, no, sorry. Her. The ginger. She's got that I like to watch the life drain out of people look.
Okay.
Like I'm the only one who sees it.
No way one of my kids did this.
People can't be changed. Trust me. I know.
Perhaps they just need the right kind of motivation. As a former addict and ex-con, I'm living proof that people can change. Our kids graduate to better lives.
Looks like an item's missing.
Pruning saw's gone.
Let me guess, 4 to 5 inches, serrated blade. It's our missing murder weapon. Whose tool belt is that?
One of the residents. Only they received them.
Oh, well, game, set, match, moi. It appears one of your pupils has just graduated to murder 1.
9544.
We keep strict records of all the equipment issued to the kids.
Excuse me. What is that? The badge?
Those are Collins Firehawk wings. Highest honor here.
Wings as an honor? Is this a joke?
No. It's part of the reward system. The better the residents behave, the more benefits they earn.
It's a reward,
Most
man.
vile manipulation and completely unoriginal, I might add.
Tyson Chase. The tool belt. It was assigned to Tyson Chase.
Where can we find Tyson?
Chocolate, hey, just cash the check. And I'm about to blow.
Oh my god. Damn, Amenadiel wearing Lucifer's duds. Gotta say, he wears them well.
Yeah.
He looks like Luke Cage up in this motherfucker.
All our chocolate. Hello there.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Uh-oh.
What?
You get to have sex with me.
Wow!
You wanna buy me a drink?
Okay.
Chocolate.
Okay.
Hey, Decker. How's it going with the Firehawk case?
Very well, sir. Murder weapon still missing, although we've identified the suspect, Tyson Chase. He's a resident. There's a bolo out.
So no one's in custody yet?
Not yet.
Thought you'd be further along.
Dick. Ella!
Wow. Maybe you're not the problem.
Lucifer.
Huh?
Looks like someone could use a single malt cappuccino. Single malt latte?
I'd prefer if you helped us find Tyson Chase. Your focus has been all over the map on this case.
Hello, Judgy. And this must be Marcia.
Lucifer, what do you want?
That favor returned. I need your help proving a young deplorable hasn't reformed and never will. Your turn to pick from the pile, I think. Bravo. Quick. I mean, not Vin Diesel quick, but impressive nonetheless. Scoot over.
Look, if you're a cop, I got nothing to say. Nothing matters anymore anyway. I'd rather die than go back.
Well, that can be arranged.
Oh!
Smells like you might need a change of underpants first, Tyson.
Get this psycho dude away from me. He almost killed me.
Hello, kettle pot calling. However, I must commend you on your choice of murder weapon.
Murder weapon?
We found your tool belt in Emily Goddard's office, minus the pruning saw that you used to kill her.
Wait, Emily's dead?
Oh.
You think I killed her?
Yes.
No. Look, I loved Emily. I turned 18 and didn't have to stay at the ranch anymore. I wanted her to come with me. Look, we kissed one time. She said it was a mistake.
Oh.
She wouldn't leave.
Oh, no, she rejected you. So you killed her.
This is all my fault.
Oh, finally, we're getting somewhere.
No. Look, if I hadn't left, Emily would still be alive.
Filthy liar.
I believe him. My gut tells me it's not him. And I want to explore this mystery resident that Emily wanted to expel.
How much walking and talking like a murderous sociopathic duck is necessary for us to realize the killer is sitting in our laps?
Something you'd like to add here, Espinoza?
No. Sorry, I need to go. I hope a friend is in trouble.
Don't let your day job keep you.
I'll have the victim's file sent over. Maybe we can get a lead on whoever she wanted to expel.
Why can't you embrace your true self? You're a bad seed. Just celebrate the darkness inside.
No, please, just leave me alone.
I won't leave you alone until you tell me the truth.
Please don't hurt me. I promise I've changed.
Lucifer, let him go! I take full responsibility for his actions. This won't happen again.
Why not? Kid turns out not to be the murderer. Your friend just scared him straight. Well done, Lucifer. Way to be a good influence.
How dare you say that? Just say we're done now.
Well, I mean,
I said them a good influence.
scared straight does work sometimes.
Who's the suit?
Lucifer Morningstar, your substitute counselor and resident bad influence.
Is this some kind of reverse psychology?
I assure you, my budding miscreant, nothing of the sort. No, the lesson I'm about to teach you is pure deviance. Yes, come on. Room for everyone. Come on, you at the back. What is it you all desire?
Get rich.
Instagram model.
Make people feel
I just want to be alone, man.
With video games. My father's love.
Yeah, get busy money. I just want to get high, man.
I hear you. I hear you. Right.
That last
so what
one.
I'm getting
That's
is that
when
you all want to
high,
get
man.
back to your true selves. Yes, Hairboy.
But what about hands-on experience?
Oh, right. Well, I do happen to know some wonderful CEOs down in Sinaloa, Mexico. Perhaps I could arrange some internships. Oh, well.
Sinaloa cartel, my dude, are you kidding? No! Those fuckers are dangerous.
Oh, the road to hell really is paved with bad, acne-prone intentions. So much potential here.
The only things you need to be your own CEO is irrigation and a south-facing slope.
Ah.
Damn. Oh.
Here's your drag empire, Teach.
Oh! Yahtzee! Jesus wept.
It appears someone's gunning for extra credit.
Love that smell. Fresh green, baby. Ow! Riding in on the white steed, smoking the gangrene, baby. Woo!
He's ridiculous.
What? He's Lucifer. What do you expect? The dude is excess embodiment.
Yeah.
Supply.
Don't get high on your own supply.
What is going on here? And how did you get that horse?
What horse?
That must be some powerful shit. Oh, wait. That's why he's high. Because she's there.
They should award him his wings. Then he'd look like Pegasus.
Which is to find the kid that Emily was about to expel. In her files, it said that she had recently busted one of the residents for apparently running a drug operation.
Oh, right. So, well, it appears I've been doing our job too. Carly, front and center. My prized pupil. She had her own weed operation already up and running.
Oh.
Bingo.
So this is all yours.
Not saying a word without my lawyer.
Sorry, I talked
Smart.
to her. But I have to say, Detective, this young lady really is going places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All
Like
the way to jail.
downtown. Yeah.
Yo, buddy. What the hell happened, man?
Detective Espinosa.
What?
It's good to see you.
What happened?
Charges, I mean.
Listen, we had just performed the act of love, and then she demanded money. At first, I assumed it was for bus fare, but then she wanted quite a large amount. And then her cousin showed up, who shared very little familial resemblance, by the way, and then he also demanded money.
Right. So when...
You got tricked. You were a trick, man. I mean, that's how it goes. I mean, hey, man. Always make sure she's a working girl before you take her to bed. Oh, Evan can tell plenty of stories about that, especially down in San Antonio. No, not Evan, the one you know from Porno Arcade. No, Evan, like Chad's
I was like,
tag team
I
partner.
cannot see that.
Chad's
at
tag team
all.
partner. No, Chad's tag team partner is a dirty bastard, man. He has been like all over the world, and he's made the arduous claim. He's like, I have nailed a woman on every continent. Most of them I did not have to pay.
Most.
He said down in Houston, man, I had to be careful at the bar scene because I go down there and a working girl come in and the locals would know about that shit. But me, I'm like, oh damn, this girl wants my Johnson. And then all of a sudden it's just like, wait a minute, she wants my Johnson a little too much. And then right before, we were about to leave, I was just like, is there going to be a price for this? And then every time like a working girl was asked about the price before the deed, she pissed off. Like every time. Every time. He said it was kind of terrifying.
That is kind of awful. I didn't know that's how it worked.
Oh yeah.
But
well, they try and hustle you. They try and make you, and then if you don't have the money immediately after the act is done, guess what? They call their pimp, and their pimp shows up, and he ain't happy.
I definitely thought that like you just called them up and was like, "Yo, I'd like to order some sex, please."
No,
like,
no, that's the thing. That's how it usually is in states where it's like 100% legal. For instance, in Vegas, it's 100% legal for you to have for you to call up, just like a little ooh la la, overnight ooh la la. They come up, handle your business, payments on the counter, and there you go. But no, like you go to a bar, they hustle you out of your own money by making you think you like them, and then they snare you in, and then next thing you know, you're trapped.
What
and
the
then
fuck? Okay.
It's
Anyway.
terrible, but it happens.
Wouldn't take no for an answer. You got no fight, you beat him up. You do realize she's a call girl, right?
I know what a prostitute is.
I don't need any of the details, all right? The important thing is the watch commander's my old training officer. So I pull some strings. You're cut loose.
How are we doing on the investigation?
Well, this investigation has smoked out Carly
Pringles.
Glantz, rap sheet a mile long, made no progress at reform. Working theory is that she found out Emily was about to expel her.
So she killed her to protect herself and her drug operation.
And then Carly lawyered up before we could get to her.
Still no murder weapon?
And no evidence tying her to the scene.
And allow yourself to be surprised, like crisps and chocolate. The results can be quite pleasing.
Oh my God, Pringles and Nutella, no.
That sounds good.
No.
Nate, it sounds good. I'm sorry, man.
Oh.
Like as soon as he held that up, I was like, that's just that.
Don't get me
'Cause
wrong,
I
I'm
love
hungry right now, and I'm really hungry.
I like sweet and savory food.
Okay, Quinn.
And sweet and salty is good.
No, here's the thing. I've worked on a breading mix. Like, you should have seen the massacre of fried chicken that happened last Thursday. Oh my God. I made a full batch, like 3 full plates of this shit. I had like 1 big plate filled with my own personal like mixture of like the breading and everything.
Yeah.
And then I had like regular house archery. And I did like a taste test. I wanted everyone to do a taste test. Like, hey, tell me which one you prefer. And dude, my plate of chicken, Nick, Jacob, Kate, By the time I turned around and I went out of the room for a little bit. I came back. More than half of my chicken, like my personally breaded chicken, was gone. I have perfected the mixture to where it is perfectly salty and perfectly sweet.
I love sweet
I have
food.
nailed it. But it is not as savory as the House Autry, which House Autry, according to a lot of people out there, is number one, like the best chicken breading that you can buy that you don't make yourself.
Oh.
And I'm getting close to nailing this.
Speaking
fucker.
of seasoning, when I went to Nashville, you know what we ordered on DoorDash?
Well, Nashville hot chicken?
No.
What?
Mr. Beast Burger.
That's fair. That's
And
more than fair.
Their fries were seasoned. It had like a bunch of stuff, but I noticed that their seasoning had sugar in it. And so I was like, I'm in. And it had like that spicy sweet fry seasoning. And I was just like, all right, I'm in. This is great.
Well, it's just like my chicken. My chicken, I put a little bit of spicy in there as well. I throw like in the overnight brine, I throw in sriracha sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Quinn.
I ended up getting like Carl's Deluxe, which is basically like a patty melt, which is what I would actually order. I didn't just order it because it was Carl's, but
of course, yeah.
They were good. It was good.
All right, back to this.
Because Carly isn't gonna talk.
I want to talk.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Allow yourself to be surprised indeed.
I guess I've been enlightened by the Firehawk path, and I know I can't find my happiness if I don't present my truth. The night of the murder, I saw Tyson Chase digging by the sundial, burying something.
Burying what?
Don't know. It was dark, and I was looking through a window. Geez, do I have to do all your work for you?
Carly, tone.
Should I roll over and fetch too, Dad?
Parents, am I right?
Now, instead of harassing my daughter any further, I suggest you go see what's under that sundial.
All right.
I don't mean to backseat dig, but aren't you a bit far from the sundial?
I've got it. Thanks. At least I hope I do.
Wouldn't you like use the metal detector?
Kinda, sorta friendly with the lieutenant. What's his deal?
Regarding what?
Well, no matter what I do, it seems Pierce wants to be a complete jerk to me.
Oh, this isn't about that crazy vibe between you two? You got something?
Uh-huh.
9544.
That's it.
It's Tyson Chase's number.
I guess he is our killer.
See? What did I tell you? Once a bad guy, always a bad guy.
Lucifer, you coming?
Oh, I can't, sorry. Duty calls.
Oh, what's Duty's name?
Lexi, if you must know. A judge's soon-to-be ex-wife. It's a long story.
Great. Are you really not coming?
I made a promise, detective, and who am I if I'm not a devil of my word? Besides, we both know this case is already solved.
Lucifer, go. You've earned some private time.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant. See? Great judgment.
I don't care what you say. I'm gonna keep digging on this.
I think it's time I ride along with you.
Frankly, Lieutenant, just because you and I disagree does not mean I need a babysitter.
You coming, Decker?
Damn it. Okay, so the LT and Chloe are riding together. Interesting.
My father is trying to teach me a lesson about Lucifer. The problem is, I don't know what it is.
And he didn't tell you?
But he's a bit, enigmatic, my dad.
Sounds complicated.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Bro, what's there to understand? The guy does what he wants, he says what he wants, he gets away with it. He parties constantly, he apparently has an endless supply of cash, drives a sick-ass ride, thanks. And he gets to have sex with a different hot girl every night.
Anyway, Dan, thanks for bailing me out.
No problem, man. We all need someone to have our backs every now and then.
That's it.
You're right, we do.
I'm a badass, you know.
Excuse me?
Even though you don't trust me.
What makes you think I don't trust you?
Oh, let's see. You've only been breathing down my neck this entire case. Anytime Lucifer sneezes, you praise him, you berate me. You chose to ride along just so you could check up on me. Oh, and you shot down my request to be union rep without even considering it. What, you think this is all a joke?
I'm laughing because you think me turning you down for that union rep job was a bad thing.
How is it a good thing?
That job is for has-beens.
I'm not gonna waste one of my best detectives while you attend useless meetings.
You think that I'm one of your best detectives?
Decker, gun!
Ooh! Damn. Bro took a bullet for her, man.
Unit 831, officer down. Officer down.
Shit.
Detective. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, thanks to Lieutenant Pierce. He saved my life.
Jerry Blackcrow tried to kill you. I don't believe it. Wait, what am I saying? Didn't he say he was an ex-con himself? More proof there's no such thing as
Can we
transformation.
talk about this later? I gotta get to the hospital.
Look, man, Chloe's fine. Luckily, Pierce was with her.
And I wasn't.
It's got a sting.
Hey, guys, I want you to check all local ATM cameras. If Blackcrow is fleeing, he's gonna need cash. That's the only way to get any of this hour.
Ah, the marina.
So, this is where the Firehawk path leads. A soggy stash of coke-dusted 20s and a boat ride to Mexico.
I did a lot of good for those kids.
So I was right about people not changing, just wrong about who.
I warned Emily, but she wouldn't listen to reason. It was her own fault.
What about the detective?
She was just in my way, man. I'm not going back to jail.
He used his wings.
Your punishment will be far worse than jail.
You're the devil. You punish evil. Your words.
Couldn't let anything happen to my best detective.
So now I'm your best detective.
I didn't want you to get all full of yourself.
Okay.
I can see why Lucifer is so affected by you. It's because you're special, Decker.
Hey, Chloe.
Hi.
Lieutenant, I just wanted to say that I hope you feel better soon.
Thanks, Espinosa.
I also wanted to thank you for putting me up for the union rep position. Sorry, Chloe, I know you.
Ouch.
I know him too. And I won't let you down, sir.
I know you won't. You earned it, buddy.
It's for has-beens.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Dan always gets the short straws, so I feel bad for him.
I do, but at the same time, it's Dan. He'll get used to it.
Because
How
you
do you
know.
find me, by the way? But you see, I don't think it was the human that you were trying to punish today.
Well, who else would I be trying to punish?
Yourself, Lucy. For not being there for Chloe when she was in danger because you care about her deeply.
There's nothing wrong with
And if
admitting
that
it.
truly is the case, then you really have changed from the old Lord of Hell. You see, Father wants me to just be there for you. To have your back. Now that you're evolving.
You shouldn't have reminded him.
You think I've changed? You, the former angel, powerless and pathetic, a disgraced failure, with no better way to spend your days than yipping at my heels for scraps to remind you of a time of when you once mattered.
I know what you're doing. And you can kill the messenger if you must. But just know that I am here for you.
I wonder I wonder what that tortured soul's name was. Damn, man.
That one ended hard for some reason.
Well, I mean, it's Lucifer again, again, Lucifer just not being able to come to the grips with his relationship with God. I mean, his relationship with Amenadiel is different now because Amenadiel has lost his power and he's no longer, looming over Lucifer all the time.
Yeah.
And also Lucifer has to deal with the fact that, he's got his wings back. And then also not only that, but he's still stuck in his way that, people don't change. People don't change. And Amenadiel reminded him that, the fact that Lucifer cares so much about Chloe is a sign that he has changed. And Lucifer hates that. No, he didn't like that. He hates that. He hates the idea because if, bad people can't change, and that's a theory that he not only aspires to but believes in as though it were the word of God itself, what does that mean when Lucifer, the Lord of the underworld, the Lord of evil, is
Right.
changing? I mean, is Lucifer right, or is Lucifer basically being called a hypocrite? I'm under the firm belief that people can change. People can.
They have to want
if
to.
they exactly. That's the thing. There's plenty of
I can
people.
think of a great example. I can think of two.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not gonna say.
Oh,
them.
you don't have to. Okay.
I probably shouldn't.
I was going to say. I was like, really?
I'll hint.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I firmly believe that people should be given the chance to change. I do. And sometimes that's why you put up with things and then they don't change. And so, like, when people said once a cheater, always a cheater, you don't want to believe that about somebody, right?
Oh, yeah. And the one that I can think of, probably the most infamous one in my mind that I read about in history class, was a man named C.P. Ellis. I don't know. He was, okay. To tell the story of C.P. Ellis, you got to tell the story of him and a woman named Annie Atwater. Both of them were board members of, like, the Durham, North Carolina, like, city council.
Okay.
Annie Atwater, a black single mother whose child's school just burned down, and she didn't have, like, and they didn't have a place to send her child. And C.P. Ellis, Grand Wizard of the local chapter of the Ku Klux Klan.
Mm-hmm.
Annie Atwater and C.P. Ellis engaged in debates over the span of, I believe, a few months, whether or not once school reopened, whether the schools should fully desegregate. C.P. Ellis argued that they shouldn't. Annie Atwater argued that they should. And both of them sparred back and forth, protest, counter-protest. Klansmen, bombing Atwater's home and, the friends of Atwater.
Yeah.
And just all this stuff. And here's the thing. C.P. Ellis, after coming to terms with the fact that he saw Annie Atwater's perspective, and not only did he understand it, he eventually agreed with it. And then he started to question everything else. In front of all of the other members of the Klan, of the local chapter, he pulls out his card, his, like, official membership card of the Klan, and he sets it on fire. He throws it down and he says, "I can no longer believe in this, for it is something that I do not agree with anymore. We all must change. And if you wish to follow me, you all can." And he walked out. And then he worked as a civil rights manager. He worked for the NAACP until the day he died. And that, to me, is one of the most stark changes I have ever heard anyone going through. And the fact that it actually happened. The fact that it was right there. It is historically shown. And Ann Atwater, you know, she died a few years after he did. She said, when we were younger, we were the worst of enemies. But I can say that at the end of his life, I think he was one of my only true friends.
Yeah,
And it was beautiful, and it's real. People can change. People have the ability to, the capacity to, and it's hard to change. It is, because you have to change a part of yourself sometimes, something that you've grown, that you have had as part of you your entire life, things that you've never even thought about.
I think that due to recent events, it's hard for me to see that in people, but I do think people can change. It's just hard to trust that they want to, if that makes sense.
If you think it's bad now, Quinn, try being a civil rights activist or someone who's different in the fucking 60s. People were getting lynched back then. I mean, full on lynched, and it was at a
trans people get killed every day. So.
I know, and that's the thing. They get, and guess what? Those same rednecks die every day too.
Hopefully. Well, I shouldn't say that. That was wrong of me.
Well,
I apologize.
And here's the thing, Quinn. You like how things are versus how we want them to be are things. I wish that there was no deaths in the world. I wish that, you know, people didn't have to die. I wish that, you know, everyone just agreed. And, you know, I'm not saying that the trans community does not have their issues. They do. I mean, you know, society has to change in order to accommodate the changing of the tides, the changing of the times. And I just look back on history and how far we've come, and I'll say this: I'm proud to be where I am where I am right now, and I'm happy to be where I am. But things can always get better.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't improved enough as a country. We've improved a lot. I'm not saying we haven't. There are a bunch of people who are already dead that made changes that we'll never be able to imagine what it's like to go through what they went through to make those changes. But at the end of the day, we're not anywhere near where we need to be.
Where do we need to be?
It shouldn't. Someone's existence isn't an opinion. You can't have an opinion on whether someone exists or not.
And that's the thing. I mean, I personally
and that
think
is being made that way right now.
Well, I mean, in terms of legislation, I mean, it's illegal for you to deny
What did
someone.
Texas do like last week? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, Texas, that's one thing. That's a matter of what is right to life versus what is, you know, the right to a woman's body. And in truth, it's an argument that I've had that you and I have had multiple times. I argue the affirmative uncertain.
I don't need to argue it, so because you already know my side.
I know,
but I think that having a
ban,
but
you know my side of it as well.
I think that having a ban so early that someone wouldn't even know they're pregnant yet in most cases is wrong.
And in truth, okay,
I agree with the cutoff at some point.
Well, and for me, I mean, my thing with it is, I think personal responsibility is something that
it's not always your problem that it happened.
But that's the thing, though. More than 97 to 98% of them is. Don't use the extremes to justify the norm.
I have a hard time believing that anybody goes out, has sex, no protection, gets pregnant, and goes, I don't want this, and goes to get an abortion for fun. And if you do that, that's a you problem,
and
because that's not what
here's
it's
the thing,
meant
Quinn,
for.
I've met people who've...
Abortion is not birth control.
I know a person who's had 4, and they say
that's not the norm. That person,
I know it's not the norm.
Problem.
I never said it was the norm. I never said it was the norm. But you're saying that there are people out there who just, you know, who treat it as birth control, and I'm saying that there are people.
And there are also people that think that you can walk in somewhere and go, I'm 34 weeks pregnant and I don't want it anymore, kill it. Like, that's not how it works either.
No,
like...
and in truth, these are very hard topics. I mean, I have my argument, and I've yet to hear anyone, you know, give me a clear and concise answer without reverting to using the extremes to justify the norm. I mean, honestly, I don't know what the answer is. All I know
because you're putting all of the responsibility on half of the person involved.
Well, yeah, and in truth, I think that it should be something that should be determined by both sides if you're able to determine it. But that's the thing. You're not able to 100% guarantee who the other parent is. And, I mean, because I know one girl, she got pregnant and she said, I have no idea who the father is. I'm just like, well, within the time window, how many guys? She said 10. I mean,
you're saying that like we're using extreme examples.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
no, Quinn.
But you were also using
I'm using extreme
examples.
No, I'm using extreme examples, but I'm not saying it's the norm.
I'm not saying it's the norm either.
I know, but you keep.
But you're saying
attributing
all
half
people have this responsibility, and
Yeah.
I'm saying that's not possible.
Well, and here's the
it's
thing.
half
I mean,
their responsibility.
It is. I agree.
And if you can call me extreme in the comments all you want. If you're leaving this in here, I don't know if you should, but
maybe not.
You can call me extreme. But vasectomies are not invasive; they're reversible, and they're guaranteed birth control.
Well, and that's one thing about it, Quinn. I've talked to you about this in the past. I think there should be not just women centers that can do free abortions, but I think there should be men's centers that give out free vasectomies.
Because if it's reversible and it's not that invasive.
Well, it's not 100% reversible. I think they said the reversible rate is like 60%.
I think it's higher than that.
According to what I've seen, it's 60.
But at the end of the day, we circumcise them. Is it really that much of a fucking difference?
It's not circumcision. It's circumcision's when
I understand the difference, but if you can circumcise a baby, I don't think having a vasectomy is that difficult to have like automatically. And I'm not saying do it to a baby.
No, you can't do it to a baby because the baby has not sexually matured
But I'm
yet.
saying it could be, if being circumcised can be considered normal, I think having a vasectomy could be considered normal.
And in truth, I can agree with that.
A circumcision is a big fucking deal, and we do it to babies.
Well, circumcisions are
That's not
literally
reversible.
you taking the skin
It's
off
not
the end of the
reversible,
unit.
it's painful, it
No,
has
I
a
know.
lot of risk,
And that's the
so-
thing. Well, Quinn, you're taking the end of the skin off of a certain piece of
A very sensitive piece of
versus
skin.
yeah, exactly. Versus you
little snip.
making an incision and then cutting basically cutting the cable. And I am all in favor of, like men's centers that hand out free vasectomies. I'm all about that. I've been responsible enough to where I don't have a kid out there, as far as I know. I mean, there's no time I haven't been able to account for myself. And the truth is, I don't think people should be free of their responsibility just because, they feel like, look, if I get a girl pregnant, if a girl comes to me, tells me that, we engaged and she's pregnant, I would literally sit down and have the conversation with her. Be like, how do you want to proceed about this? I mean, do you wish to, because here's the thing. I personally do not have the right to tell a person what they can and cannot do with themselves. If this girl that I engage with wants to have an abortion, I would have the conversation with her and just be like, it's your choice, to do it. Because here's the thing. I am willing to take responsibility and be a father for this child. But if you're not willing to be a mother, okay. Like that, then that's the end of the conversation.
I do respect your view on that. I think that's, I was afraid for a second there. I'm not going to lie.
Well, no, I'm not going to tell her you're having this baby. No.
You'll give it to me.
No. And here's the thing. If that, I'll have that conversation too. I'll be like, look, if you wish to carry this to term, I will support you the entire way through. And if you have the baby and you wish to give it up to me, I will gladly be a father to this child.
Yeah.
I'll have that conversation. But if she wants to go out and do that, I mean, I really have no choice in it because we're not married. I have no legal right to the child. I mean, it's...
If you're married, can you prevent an abortion from happening?
I've heard that happening, but at the same time, it's just again, that's why it often leads to divorce, and then whenever divorce proceedings start, that's when they just go out and have it done. Also, being married doesn't guarantee she's not going to just keep it secret and then go have it done anyway.
I was like, did you give permission? Oh god.
No, but once it's shown, but then all of a sudden the woman has second thoughts. The husband where he's willing to be there and be responsible and take responsibility. Yeah. I think there was a court case where the guy had to provide financial support for her to have the baby, and then she had the baby, and then he took the baby.
Yeah.
And you see, I want to just put that out there, that I think that, personal responsibility and being responsible for oneself is the most important thing in terms of like birth control.
I don't think you should be able to use abortion for birth control, but I do feel like being able to have a safe abortion in situations where it's necessary is a right that you should have.
Well, in truth, yeah. I mean, if a woman's raped, absolutely, 100%.
Well, I don't think you should have to necessarily walk in somewhere and prove that you were raped either.
Oh no, no, because here's the thing:
I mean,
if it's something like, for instance, and I know that's
it happens all the time that maybe it's just a 14-year-old or something, and they made a mistake.
Well, everyone makes mistakes, and I am not. And again,
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm 25 years old. I could make a mistake.
I know.
Like,
I'm 33. I've made plenty in my life.
And it's not always in the best interest of everybody involved to let that, progress.
It's not, but at the same time,
you gotta consider mental health and financial stability.
Quinn,
and
you just used an extreme to justify the norm again. You see, we're both doing it.
No, mental stability and financial health are not extremes.
14. No, you talked about
that's
the 14.
not that extreme.
That's pretty extreme.
I got pregnant at 15.
Quinn, you were
And
one
I know-
of the extremes.
and
most
I know 6
most
other
teenage
people.
pregnancies are 17 to 19.
I know 6 other people that were in the same grade as me that had babies before I had my baby.
And I did the same. But Quinn, again, like people talk about 10,000 people like that's a lot of people in the grand scheme of things. 10,000 people is not even 1%.
Well, let me put it this way:
of the United
in
States
Texas,
population.
they've taken it away from all of them. So,
well, in Texas, truth is, there are ways to get around that law.
Travel.
Well, no, not travel. I mean, in state. I mean, hell, they've shown how like they can get around it, and it's
What?
state-run centers have to abide it, but private institutions can work their way around it.
So another thing, in Tennessee, they passed the same thing, but it got blocked by the Supreme Court. What's up with that?
That I don't know.
Like, why is Texas is functioning and Tennessee's is not?
Well, because Texas, unbelievably, Texas has a codicil that basically gives them a little bit extra.
Oh wait, is that the same reason they were able to the utilities during the natural disaster? They were able to charge whatever they wanted because there was nothing regulating. They have their own grids or something.
Yes.
Is that kind of the same?
I think so. I'm not 100% on that.
Because remember that? That was crazy.
Well, no, the whole thing with Texas is that at any given time, if Texas wants to, Texas can split into 5 states.
The fuck?
No, this is literally a law. In like when Texas agreed to join us, to join the United States, there was an agreement stating that Texas, while not being able to legally secede, they are legally able to split themselves into 5 different pieces, and thus make Texas's voting power more than 5. Make Texas's voting power 5 times more powerful. It's weird. I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
I've never heard that before.
No,
I feel like, can I just say that like high school history has failed me?
Well, no, this isn't
like,
something that Quinn, when in the hell are you ever going to need to know that?
Well, I feel like when we learned about how all the states joined, it could have been mentioned.
Well, no, in truth, like all you need to know about Texas is Mexico opened up the Texas.
They didn't teach me a lot of things I needed to know.
Well, no, here's the thing you need to know. Mexico opened up the Texas, opened up Texas for people to settle on. A lot of Americans moved out there, settled out there. Next thing you know, a lot of the Mexican government tried to come in and institute taxes on these people. They said no. They fought. Texas won. Mexico lost. Texas seceded, and then when Texas seceded itself from Mexico, and then attempted to join the Union. But there was a disagreement between Mexico and Texas. Again, it was how big Texas was going to be. Texas wanted it to be to the Rio Grande, which would make Texas very big.
I think I remember that part.
And then, but Mexico wanted it to be at a river that was actually closer inland, which would have made Texas basically go down by like 1/3 of its size. And then Texas fought over that, and then the United States joined in. Then you get the Mexican-American War. Boom. Next thing you know, Texas joins up, and then a scant, I think, 20 years later, they file for divorce with the rest of the American
I
South.
feel like this was like one paragraph in my history book that you brought back to me all of a sudden. But, like, they gloss over it real quick.
Oh,
like,
trust me, Quinn. I know how much history is glossed over because
my history class was taught by a football teacher.
Quinn, history repeats itself so often. I am surprised. Like, I can't believe people haven't gone back and seen just how much history has repeated itself. And once again, right now, history is repeating itself, and people are none the fucking wiser.
It was literally almost exactly 100 years, too, because I saw someone comparing how history is repeating itself all over again.
Yeah, it is.
There
History
were literally
repeats
people
itself.
back 100 years ago. Was it the fucking, what was it? Come on. History, man.
What?
100 years ago, there was a pandemic. What was it?
Spanish flu.
And there were literally people in the streets, like, protesting masks.
Yes.
100 years ago.
Yes.
And it actually went really badly. A lot of people died.
50 million.
Imagine.
But 50 million, but who's
50
counting?
fucking million? I knew it was a lot, but...
I think that's the worldwide count.
Okay. Phew.
Hold on. Let's see. Spanish flu. Here we go. Oh, okay.
25 to 50.
25
so
to
that was the
50
high
million.
end. Okay.
Let's see.
Look at that. They're literally wearing a mask.
Mortality around the globe. There we go. So, okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw someone like comparing the protesters, and I was like, "Whoa, I didn't even know about that." Like, that's a lot.
It's the deadliest pandemic since I believe the bubonic plague. Which,
I started to say the plague, but I knew that wasn't right. It really is crazy.
Well, thankfully, the mortality rate with this versus the rest of the world is nowhere near this versus what we got now with COVID.
Don't compare it. You might like wish into existence some bad shit, but
oh no. Now here's the thing. I think we can thank modern science for the fact that we don't have as bad.
Could
of
have
an
been
outbreak.
Spanish flu too, electric boogaloo, but we have technology now.
Yeah, we got technology and we got stuff to prevent a lot of shit. Anyway, we got to move on from this. I'm gonna have
How
to edit
long
both
have I been
these.
here?
6 hours.
What the fuck?
We talk too much, Quinn. You know this.
We got like 4 or 5 videos.
Yeah, we're good. We're all right. So again, everyone, thank y'all very much for tuning in. And I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Quinn.
We'll see you then. Peace out.